Okay, how are we doing? I hope everybody is excited and ready to go. I'm super excited that you're joining. If you're joining live, make sure you leave a comment, get really rowdy about it, and if you are on the replay, that's awesome too. Make sure you send me some comments afterwards to tell me how you liked it. Okay, so we're gonna start off right away because we're gonna pack as much in as we can. Did you do your homework? Do you remember what it was? Okay, so if you didn't read the email, which you should have, the homework was to bring something that makes you feel fun, exciting, awesome, cool, playful, whatever, an item, an article of clothing, something like that. And the other thing was to send me a song that really gets you excited and rowdy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have that song ready. So at the end of this, you're gonna play that song, you're gonna get in the groove, and you are going to make a freaking reel, and you're gonna put yourself out there because I'm gonna help you and encourage you to do it and get it going. Okay, are you ready? Let's start with a little dance party. Come on, actually get up. I know you're probably like doing 100 other things, put those things away, get up, actually start moving. Let's get a little groove in. Come on, you can do it, shake it, be silly, be stupid, you got this, okay, please? Yeah, good, okay. Okay, and now, deep breath. Again. Okay, I know you're scared. I know that's why you're here, because you want to be less scared of putting yourself out there in the internet, and it's hard. I 100% understand. Every time I do that, I get nervous. I feel nervous right now. I'm like a little sweaty. Can you see it? Does it show? Anyways, I know what it feels like to feel like, oh my God, it's so hard. You know, there's reels now and there's videos now, and you have to have your face showing your business even though I make a thing or whatever. I know it's hard. You know, think about me. I was a photographer, and now I have to make reels to talk about the photos I made. It's like going on tour for the book that you wrote because you don't want to talk to people. I get it. I 100% get it. But instead of moping about it, which I did do for a while, I did do that. I decided, no, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna absolutely jump in, both feet. I'm gonna give it every single thing that I've got, and I'm gonna try. And you know what? Some of my reels completely flop. They get like no views, nobody cares. Some of them, I get lots of comments, people think it's hilarious, people wanna follow, people wanna, you know, engage with me. And then I have people calling me, asking about the packages that I provide, asking me about videography, because they feel like they know me already. Because I've been putting myself out there as my actual self online, and they've been watching. So I'm doing a lot of my sales pitching ahead of time, which really takes out a whole step. Because if you think about it, if you're gonna be trying to collect emails randomly, and then you have to call all those people and convince them to work with you, that is so much time and energy. So if you're feeling like reels or video or photos or social media in general feels like, why are we doing this? This is way too much effort. Think about it like that. So instead of cold calling people or putting an ad in the newspaper and hoping they call you and then you talk to them and then maybe they become a client, think of this as your cold calls, okay? All of this, and you get to record it in your house and look like a dork, and that's okay, and then you can put it out there, and this is how you're gonna tell people who you are and why they wanna work with you. And are you following? Are we good so far? Okay, good. So that's why you need to do this. I'm gonna go a little bit through the practical of how to make it happen, and then literally just practicing putting yourself out there. So you're gonna have some homework after this too. I know, homework, oh my God, the worst. It's okay, you can do it. I'm gonna do it with you, okay? So first we're gonna start off with how I actually make this happen. Because if you're following my page, which you should be, and if you're not, go follow me on Instagram right now at West Rose Media. I'll wait. Are you done? Good, okay. So what I do is on days that I feel sparkly and happy and full of life and like, yeah, I got this, my hair's done, I got a good outfit on, I've had like enough coffee, I'm ovulating probably. I'm like, yes, I got this. I block out some time and I make like 10 reels. I know, it sounds exhausting, but this is how I do it. In the evening when I'm in my pajamas and not feeling like making a reel, not in the way that I want to present myself, as I'm scrolling through reels, I save all of the ones that I think I could pull off. And it depends on the day. Sometimes I look back later and I'm like, oh, no, never mind, no. And you're not committing. All you're doing is saving. So when you go on your phone, you see a reel, you go down to the bottom of the screen and it has a little description of the sound, as they're called, sounds, music, whatever. You just press on it, it pops up and shows you all the people who've made a video of it, and at the top you can say save. All it does is save it in your Reels little thing. Nobody sees that you saved it. It's just there so that when you go to make Reels, you press on make a reel and you go to sounds, there's a whole favorite section of the things you saved. And then you can go through there and be like, okay, the last 5 nights I've been saving things that I think I could maybe pull off. And now I'm like feeling it. I'm like, yeah, okay, today's the day. I'm rocking it. We're doing it. And then you choose one and you make that one. And then you choose another one and you make that one. And then at the end, before you publish, you just press save as draft. This is also a great way if you're very nervous and you're like, oh God, am I gonna look really stupid? You can fact check yourself. So you can make like 20 reels and then go back and be like, yeah, okay, I like this one. Nope, this one's weird, delete it. So that's my workflow trick on how I do this, because there are days when I don't feel it. I don't. Having a business is hard. And some days I am, in the, why did I do this? Why am I, doing anything? I got sick kids. I got, people calling with emergencies. I've got family stuff. I've got just not feeling it. And that's okay. What I like to do is make sure that the part of me that is honest and excited, I'm gonna pre-record that so I can put it out there every day. It doesn't mean that I'm lying and that I don't have bad days. I show up in my stories on bad days all the time. But when I'm putting out content that's gonna be reused over and over and over again, I like to do it less on my ups and downs, if you know what I mean. Especially if you are female and you have hormonal fluctuations throughout the month, right? You want to show them the content that's going to be consumed over and over and over again or later on. I like to do as my best self. And then the stories, the things that are fleeting, the things that go away quickly, I like to show up as how I'm feeling that moment. And this can totally be how you decide to do this. So maybe you're a very bubbly, cute, adorable person 24/7. Great, awesome. Good for you, that's awesome. So you can pump out a cute, adorable reel every day. Maybe you have your hair done every day and you're looking sparkly and you're inspired. But I'm guessing if you're taking this course, that's maybe not you. Maybe you have dark, stormy days where you just want to put on your hood and drink your coffee and be the grumpy cat and be like, no, I'm not talking to people today, no. So on days like that, when you feel that way, but deep down you know, this is my business, I want it to thrive, and I committed to putting in the work every day, this is how you can do that. You can still honor the part of yourself that doesn't want to do it that day, and you can still honor the part of yourself that says, we're going to keep going. This is how we do this. Past Stephanie sets up future Stephanie for success all the time. All the time. That's how we do this. Me and all my personalities working together to form an alliance. Okay, we joke, but honestly, that's how I do it, because I know that I have days that are up and days that are down, and I want to know that I'm doing my best for my business in all my moods, and that I'm showing up even when physically or emotionally, or I'm having a day where I know I gotta respect my own boundaries and not make myself vulnerable out there. I've already redone that. I've already pre-done it. I'm ready to go. I've got stuff ready so that on those days, I can still show up for my business and I can be here for myself, because that really matters. Because I don't know if it does to you, but to me, integrity is like, that's the thing, right? If I'm not being honest about who I am, if I'm not being honest about what I do or what I love doing, then why am I doing it, right? I could go work at McDonald's. Huh. I don't want to, obviously. But you know, I do this because I'm passionate about it. I could go get a 9-to-5 job. I've had those. I've had jobs where I literally just worked for the paycheck, and it sucked the soul right out of me. It did. I hated it. Because I have this big, murky, messy feeling inside me that I want to do more than that. And I feel like you do too, right? Yes, thank you. You do too. That's why you started a business. That's why you're learning how to put yourself out there on the internet even though you don't want to. Like can I just say that you're brave even for showing up for this class? Even if you do none of the things I tell you. It's brave that you decided that you needed help to get yourself out there and do this, and I'm freaking proud of you. Round of applause for you. I'm serious. You're doing amazing. It's gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna consult my notes to make sure we're on track. Okay, so our next thing is, you've saved your reels, you've saved the sounds, not noises. You saved the sounds, you've batch made the reels, and now you're like, okay, well, how do I make this make sense for my business? Because me twerking means nothing for videography. So how are we gonna actually loop it in to what you sell? So almost every reel is a trend, right? If you think about it, pretty much the whole internet is people mimicking other people doing things but in their own way. I guess that's all of life. But really, if you look at a reel, the reason it has context is because you've seen 5 other reels of someone else doing that, right? So you know the context. You understand there's so many layers going on, right? Like there's the context of the sound and what you're saying, and then you and where you are and who you are. So we want to really simplify it for people. So in every single reel, you want to say something about your business. So if it's like a sound that has like a big oops, like, oh no, something went wrong, or something's bad, relate that to your business. So if you make cookies, oh no, I burnt all the cookies. Or if you take photos, oh no, I goofed up something, and the only ones I can think of for photos are really bad because it's what I do. Real moment. I deleted a memory card and now I had to do something else. Or, oh no, I didn't get hired. Or, oh no, this, oh no, that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the theme, the general theme of the sound, like what they're trying to portray, and then you're gonna put it towards what you do. So always bring it back to what you do and who you are. So I like to make reels that are about what I do, but also who I am, because who I am is a big chunk of my business, and I feel like for you, it is too. So I always check that my reels have either something about my business or something about me, or both, so that it makes sense to my people. When people watch it, they're like, oh yeah, that's Stephanie, she does this. Oh yeah, that's Stephanie, she does this. What are we doing? We're telling them over and over again what we do, how we do it, what we're like, who we are. That's what we're doing. We're basically introducing ourselves to people over and over and over and over again, because people have the attention span of a freaking goldfish. You're gonna lose them over and over again, right? You're not gonna get all the people who want to work with you on the phone. You're just not. So you gotta put yourself out there so that they can hear what you're saying over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so practically, now we know how to actually make a reel. If you need instructions on how to actually like film the reel, make the reel, there's the thousands on YouTube. That's not what we're here for. We are here to make sure that you can feel brave and do the things. I need a sip of water, and then we're gonna get really brave. Okay, are you ready to actually get brave? It's time! Let's do it! You can do it! We can do it! Woo! Okay, so I've talked about mood before, and obviously, I get it. There's fluctuations, right? Some days you're up, some days you're down. Some days the kids vomit on the floor. Some days your mother-in-law calls and something blew up and you gotta go do the thing, and I get it. So what I do is on those days when I'm actually feeling it, that's when I film my content. You can pre-film live videos. Well, not live videos. You can pre-film stories. You can pre-film reels. All of these things. So if you just got an email from a client and they're like, oh my God, I love your work, this is amazing. That's when you jump on live. You're feeling the good feelings. You've got in your soul the feeling that you want to show in your business. You're pulling the momentum up. You're like, yes, yes. This is the feeling I want to feel all the time in my business. That's when you go live, because then you're going to show people, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Like the feelings you're feeling when you're really riding it high, that's when you put it out there. And then when you have a hermit day and you just want to hide under your blanket and not talk to anyone, that's fine. You've pre-made content that you can put out there. And that's how you're going to stop yourself from burning out. Because if you try to force yourself every single day to show up on the days that you do not feel like it, that is not being loyal to yourself, in my opinion. That's how I feel for myself. If I force myself on the days where I'm like, I can't, today I can't, I'm not in the headspace, I feel like the world is ending, I can't do it. If I force myself to get online those days, I'm betraying my own boundaries. Because no, I'm not showing up like that on those days. Yeah, maybe I'll post something and I'll say, hey, you know, these are the struggles, because I like to keep it real. But the content that people are gonna see over and over again, reels, videos, photos, stories that you can highlight, those things stay around for a long time, right? People can go back and back and back and look. So don't think of just that moment when you're feeling that way. Think of all the content that is bigger than that, right? Like I have people commenting on reels that I made 3 weeks ago. Reels themselves have a much longer shelf life than even photo posts, and way longer than stories. So stories, you got 24 hours, right? So I like to keep what I'm feeling now in my stories, because that's a snapshot of this moment. My reels, I like to keep holding the vibe of, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm going for. So I like to keep all of that big juicy feeling in the bigger things that are gonna last longer, right? Like when you and I work together soon and make an amazing video, that's the vibe we're going for, right? We're not gonna be like, oh, well this morning I really felt sad, so we're gonna make the whole video sad. No, we would never do that. So you don't have to do that with your reels or your posts either. The things that have a longer shelf life, make those match the vibe you want to attract. And then if you want to be honest about the nitty gritty hard stuff, put that in your stories, because that's shorter term, right? And if you don't feel like showing up, that's fine. That's why when we're feeling high, we're feeling good, we're feeling the vibe of what we want our business to be, that's when we make all our content. Okay, so how are you realistically gonna do this? Because maybe you wake up, you're sparkly, you're ovulating, you're like, I am. Today I am the woman I wanna be. Or man, or they, or them, or whoever you are. Today I'm the person I wanna be. But you have like 1,000 things to do. That's why we pre-save the reels, the stories, the sounds. That's why we pre-save them, so that you can quickly knock them off. And maybe if you have flexibility, you can say, no, this thing that actually isn't urgent, I'm gonna put that off till tomorrow, and I'm gonna do this today instead. Or if you know that, you know, you're gonna be getting dressed up and going out on a day, you're like, I'm gonna do this mundane thing that I was gonna do on Thursday today, so that on Thursday when I'm all dressed up and ready and I'm probably gonna be feeling good because we're going out for supper or something like that, I can do some of this stuff then. It's all a lot about knowing yourself, and I think the thing about being brave is just understanding yourself and understanding what your limits are, understanding what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and just getting deep into who am I and what do I want to show people. Because I promise you that if you put your true self out there, the people who don't matter will flutter away, and the people who are attracted to your true self, they're gonna start flocking in. They're gonna be like, oh, that person, they get me. I feel that. Like when they say that thing, I felt that too. I know that feeling, right? So that's why being brave, getting gutsy is all about taking the actual feeling you want to put out there and putting out that vibe, right? It's like making content to attract your very best customer, right? You're not shooting for the person who wants just the discounts. So do the same with yourself. On the days you feel up for it and you kind of crush it and you're like, yes, those are the days you film. Those are the days you write down your ideas. Those are the days that you're like, this and this and this and this, I got the inspiration. And then your more mundane self can follow through for you. It's all about knowing yourself and being brave and just trying it over and over and over again. And if you try it and you hate it, you delete it, at least you tried. And then maybe the next time you won't delete it. And then maybe the next time someone will comment and you'll think, yes, this is the feeling, yes. And then when you have that feeling, do another one. So just keep building on it. It's a skill, like anything, right? If you went to the gym for the very first time ever, one day, and you came out and you're like, I don't have a six-pack yet. You wouldn't be like, oh, I guess gyms don't work. Because it takes more than one day. It takes consistency, and it takes understanding your body, right? Because nobody is going to be like, oh, you hurt yourself? You still have to, every single day, show up to this gym. No good personal trainer would ever say that. They'd be like, if you hurt yourself, do these stretches, do these other things, let yourself rest, right? I'm not telling you to make a reel every day. I'm not telling you to make a video every day. I'm not telling you to even go on stories every day, because I don't think that's the right thing to do. What I think the right thing to do is to understand yourself. On the days you feel ballsy, be ballsy. Get out there. Take life by the horns. And on the days you feel like, oh, I need to be by myself, then be by yourself. Okay? Future Stephanie is set up for success so often by past Stephanie, all the time, over and over again. I work together with myself to make sure that it still comes out the way I want it to, but I don't have to betray my own boundaries or my own trust in myself, right? And everybody's got their own personality. Maybe you're like, flowy, lovey, candles and moonlight vibe. Sweet. When you're feeling in that zone, that's when you make your content. Or, maybe you're like super poppy, I'm just gonna dance and then put stuff in the captions. Great, cool. Whatever your thing is, that's fine. Not everybody has to have the same thing. And that's why I recommend following people who, you like. You think you're like, oh yeah, I get that person. Because then probably some of the stuff they do, you're like, oh, I could do that. Totally. Like, I follow people who I think are really cool, and I'm like, I want to hang out with that person. And then when they crush something, I'm like, oh, I could do that. And that's how I choose what I do. Because I know myself by now. I know what I can pull off and what I can't. And sometimes I do things I can't pull off, and that's totally fine. I mean, part of my thing is I try things that I fail at all the time. All the time. Endlessly. I do things and they don't work out. And that's okay, because lots of times I do things and they really do work out. And then I'm so freaking proud of myself, and I'm like, yes, Stephanie, we got this, you got this, right? Okay, so you can do it. You can be brave. Deep breath again. Shake it out. I know you can do this, and I know it's hard. And I know that there are times in your life when you think, I can't do this. I am in a low spot and it's been lasting way too long. I get it. So in those moments, take one thing that makes you happy, film that. Making your beautiful morning coffee, going for a nature walk. You don't have to put yourself out there if you're not there. But what you can do is show what helps you or makes you feel good. And then when you're feeling good, then you maybe make a little story about it. Be like, this made me smile today. And that's all you gotta do. And then you'll get more brave. And then you'll understand yourself better. And then you'll move on and you'll do it, right? Over and over, little steps. All the things we build on to help ourselves, right? I know it's hard. I get it. I totally do. I have, through the last 2 years, gone through the hardest things in the world. And some days it feels crippling. All the weight of all things. But those are the days that I protect myself. I protect my soul. And I don't show my face on social media so somebody can cut me down, because I know in those days I couldn't take it. So I put myself out there on the days that I know I can. On the days that I think, oh, you don't like it? Pfft, screw you. Not on the days where my soul is tender. And that's okay. You don't have to either. So, your homework, get in the groove, get moving. Hopefully you're feeling energized and excited by this video, and that's gonna be what gets you going. Put on the hat, the lipstick, the feather boa, whatever it is, the monkey suit. Oh my God, if you have a monkey suit, please use that. And make a reel, or a live video, or something, and tag me, and I promise I will hype you. I will be your cheerleader until you can be your own cheerleader, okay? You can do this, and I'm super proud of you, and thank you so much for showing up to my little section of the world and being here with me, and I'm super, super excited that you're gonna do this and you're gonna crush it, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I get to do things that I love and that you're gonna start doing things that you love, and that we're all gonna do better, and we're all gonna do better and go up and up and up, and we're all gonna be in this big swirling happiness. And maybe not. You can also call me on the days that it sucks. I get it. Okay? You can do this. I believe in you.